A lot of royal stories around today. We were shocked, and the royal family was certainly shocked by the sudden death of Lady Gabriella Windsor's financier husband, Thomas Kingston. He was only 45. Only a few days ago, they were at the National Gallery for a reception and were chatting and seemed very happy. So this has come as a great shock to the family. Buckingham Palace have stressed that this was not the reason that William did not attend the memorial service for King Constantine of Greece yesterday at St George's Chapel in Windsor. But the death of Thomas Kingston, we don't know what happened, but it happened at an address in Gloucester on Sunday, and they're reeling. Now, Lady Gabriella, I think she's 56th in line to the throne, so I don't expect her to be ruling us anytime soon.
But you never know. The way things are going at the moment. It
yeah.
could happen.
But her parents are Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, who were at that service yesterday. I mean, it sounds a bit... I spotted them. I thought they did look very sad. But then again, it was a memorial service. So you thought, well, everyone looks very sad. But they were carrying this awful burden with them. And what a terrible thing to happen.
Yeah, what a shocking story. I mean, to put into context how related to the royal family these people are, as you said, they're married to the daughter of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent. When they got married in St George's Chapel, that famous chapel in Westminster Castle back in 2019. The guests included our late Queen, Prince Philip, Prince Harry. So this is yet another tragedy to hit the royal family at a time when it's just coming in waves, isn't it? It's just relentless for the royal family at the moment.
Indeed. Lady Gabrielle was a firm favourite of the Queen, and you'll see, if you look at lots of pictures of the gatherings, Lady Gabriella is always very close to Her Majesty. And as you say, the last time that the Kents, if you like, Princess Michael of Kent and Prince Michael of Kent were at St George's Chapel was for Lady Gabriella and Thomas Kingston's wedding 5 years ago. So very, very sad. We don't know what happened. We'll keep an eye on that story and, of course, update you as and when we get any more facts. But our thoughts, obviously, are with the Kents and with the royal family today. So let's move on. Prince Andrew, we mentioned this yesterday, but it's kind of shameless. Somebody said that he appointed himself king of the royal reserves because after William wasn't going, it was a load of second division royals, if you like, although Princess Anne was there. So a lot of people thought, well, she should lead the family into the chapel, but no, she was pushed backwards, and the Duke of York led the family. There he is, he's in charge. Yes, very important.
Don't you worry, Andy is back to
frontline duties. No, mate, you're in disgrace, and you will remain in disgrace. But he's not giving up. He's so full of his own self-importance, of his status, that he really thinks he can claw his way back.
Deluded man in the country.
Yeah, everybody hates you, Andrew. Forget it. But another massive royal story today will unfold in a couple of hours, if not before. Prince Harry, this long-running case about whether or not he's entitled to police protection when he comes to Britain. In other words, do we, the taxpayer, pay to protect this non-frontline, non-working royal when he comes to Britain? He's challenged the Home Office on that. He thinks he should get protection. He will find out. I think it's about 10:30 this morning. Yes or no? Personally, I'm hoping it is a great right royal no. Why should we be paying for this guy?
It gets really knotty because he said, oh, look, I'll pick up the tab. I don't know whether he said that after this, broke into the public domain. He's also said, well, look, I'd bring my own security guards from America, but they're not allowed to carry guns in the country because they're not,
they're not the police. They're not the police.
And so if he was going to have armed protection, he would need to have it from the Metropolitan Police. And because, that costs us money and he's not a working royal, is he entitled to it? But if he's invited to royal functions, like when he came to visit his dad, they laid out the sort of full cavalcade of protection, or the vehicle convoys. So I think if he's doing something as a working royal or coming to do a royal-related thing, then that's sort of there anyway. So this really is a man saying, well, if I want to just come on Ollybobs or do some of my other, ribbon-cutting jazz hands work, then you've got to pay for me to be safe.
Jazz hands?
I don't know.
great ribbon-cutting jazz hands. Yeah, they're royals. That's all they do.
Cutting a ribbon with
That's
jazz
all the
hands.
royals do. They
Typical.
cut ribbons and they do jazz hands. But seriously,
hands,
yeah, I
hands.
mean, if he's hanging out with his dad or William or something, that's pretty unlikely. But if he is, their Royal Protection Squad will be there anyway. But if he's on his own, no, and thrice no. High Court Judge Peter Lane will deliver the ruling in a written statement at 10:30 a.m. and we should not have to pay for his protection.
There is a way
And
around
by the way, Alex, one last point. He said, "Well, I'll pay for the police. They're not for hire, mate. They're not a private security force. No one pays for the police to protect them. That's it. So you can't go down that road."
Perhaps if he stood as an MP and was successful, then he might get some armed protection. We'll be talking about that in a bit.
Yes.